Hi, welcome to the Chelsea Pants Joggers Sew Along. Today is day 2. Today we will be constructing the waistband. We're going to do the elastic waistband. I will show you how to do the casings so we can later, tomorrow, attach it to the pants. Let's get started. Alright, let's start off by taking our elastic waistband, our fabric piece, and we're going to place it right sides together, line up your edges. Okay, I'm going to clip mine a few times to keep it in place. I don't want anything moving. If you're adding grommets, you want to take your pattern placement and mark your holes where you want them to be. Take a piece of interfacing and iron it on in that place. What I like to do is just create small slits where I want the drawstring to be, so I'm going to do that later. But if you are adding grommets or buttonholes, you want to make sure you have interfacing where you want your grommets or your buttonholes to be. You want to stabilize it. Okay, let's take our piece. Want to make sure that you have it clipped. We are going to place a pin or a clip in the middle of the ends that are not on the fold. So I'm going to fold it in half so I can find the exact middle. Right, I have that middle marked. We are going to sew from the top to that middle mark using a 4th seam allowance, just the top here. So let's sew that here. All right, and we have that sewn. Okay. The bottom of this is left unsewn. What we are going to do is just create a small tack line on the bottom to hold the fabric together. All right, and we have a little tack line just there on the bottom just to hold it together. All right, once we have that sewn, we are going to move your middle, that seam right here, into the middle, and we are going to iron to one side. I want to make sure everything is even. And we are going to iron it flat. All right, once we have it ironed, we are going to fold it in half. And I'm also going to pin it so nothing moves. So let's go ahead and fold this and pin or clip around the bottom so it is even. So whether you are using your pattern piece or whether you are using a tape measure, let's go ahead and start marking. Our first line is at 1 inch. So we are going to mark it at 1 inch. All right, we're going to mark our 1 inch and we're going to mark it all the way around the entire waistband. Keep marking your 1 inch around. Once you have it all marked, you can also use a ruler and you can draw the line all the way around if you prefer. Okay, once you have that marked, we're going to sew that same line using a straight stitch. All right, and we have our top line sewn all the way around. All right, we're going to continue on to our second line. Our second line is 1/2 inch under the first line, or you can also use your pattern piece to mark that line. Using a marking pen, let's go ahead and mark 1/2 inch under the entire line. And on the other side as well. 1/2 inch under that top line. All right, once you have that marked, let's go ahead and sew our second line. And we have our second line sewn 1/2 inch under the top line. I'm gonna cut off that thread there. All right, and then one more line. Our last line will be sewn 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. So using your pattern piece or your tape measure, mark 1/4 under the bottom line. Once you have it marked, we are going to sew that 1/4 from that bottom. All right, and we have our bottom line sewn. All right, and that is how you assemble your elastic waistband. As you notice, you have holes in the back to thread your elastic and your drawstring through. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do tomorrow once we attach the pants. All right, so join me again tomorrow as we start construction of the legs. We attach the waistband, add cuffs, and then our pants will be finished. See you tomorrow.